watching ED Insight. Big private sector players are now entering the dairy business. So how are they changing the rules of the game? And what can cooperatives do to cope with this new competition? Asha Gopalakrishnan finds out.
If you know your cheese, you have private companies like Britannia and Nestle to thank for it. These players have steered the milk byproduct market for the past 2 decades. So while Amul and Mother Dairy were making a splash with milk in urban India, Britannia was busy dishing out byproducts. But that strategy is slowly changing.
We are expanding the dairy portfolio. That business has grown over 20% every year for the last 4 or 5 years. And we are adding to that portfolio. You know, we earlier used to have only products like cheese and dairy whitener. We've now added to it milk, but not just any kind of milk. It's milk with 0 cholesterol and 0 fat. We've got dahi in a regular version as well as in a slims version.
Britannia's decision to move into the liquid milk category is quite timely. India is the largest consumer of liquid dairy products in the world, and in 2008 quaffed nearly 51.5 billion litres of milk and other liquid dairy products. In fact, India's appetite for such products has grown at a compounded annual growth rate of 2.7% in the past 4 years. At these levels, India's milk consumption is double that of China. The milk consumption rate here is growing at 4.5% versus 4.3% in the production rate. To meet the projected demand of 180 million tons of milk by 2021-22, milk production in the country has to grow by 5 million tons annually, double the present growth of 2.5 million tons per annum. This means that the opportunity is huge, but the terrain is tough.
As far as the private sector is concerned, their investment has only been in setting up processing capacity. They have set up the processing capacity wherever a cooperative is doing well, wherever there is milk, because that cooperative has made an investment in increasing production. So what is happening today is both are scrambling for the same milk.
As of today, you do not have too many players in the market, because most of the dairy sector, I would say most of the, almost 70% of the private dairy sector today is producing mainly milk powder and ghee, and maybe marketing some liquid pasteurized milk. They have not yet gone for many dairy products. Most of the dairy products, even today, if you see in the market, are available from the dairy cooperatives.
But private players are doing all they can to milk this opportunity, and it's showing in the numbers. Over the past decade, private companies with dairy operations have seen their revenues grow between 3 and 10 times. Most of these players are drawing up aggressive expansion plans.
There's a product called Actimine, which we've launched in the south of the country. We've also taken the franchise of Tiger and launched it in a milk-based chocolate drink, which is fortified with iron and other micronutrients. And all this is part of making available to consumers a wide plethora of choices, which are not just good to taste, but also nutritious and wholesome.
We are already into, we were basically from ice cream and then came into dairy. And we are also operating curd, paneer and other products. Apart from that, we are contemplating introducing curd rice and probiotic products for the coming years.
What we have done, we have set up our own milk chilling centers and milk procurement centers, wherein we go to all the villages, the interiors of the villages, and collect milk directly from the farmers, which is the trick.
A look at the consumption pattern in India will tell you why processed milk is such an important segment. Since exports account for just 15% of India's milk produce, the consumption in the domestic market is a fair indicator of how important this segment is. According to consulting firm Technopack, the liquid milk segment comprises nearly 30% of India's household consumption. Worldwide, this segment saw a growth in consumption by 1.3%. but it is expected to rise by a CAGR of 2.2% between 2009 and 2012. And emerging markets like India are expected to drive most of this growth. That's perhaps why deep-pocketed players such as Walmart, Reliance and Coca-Cola are now eyeing the liquid milk segment.
Liquid milk is important, processed foods are important because they give us, value addition. There is a lot more than liquid milk. So I would say both the aspects. Private players are focusing on both.
So what you will see in the next few months is new and high quality dairy products with longer shelf lives.
To compete with these products, India's cooperative sector will have to necessarily invest and innovate. But its access to capital is constrained, so it will have to look at forging partnerships and alliances to stay relevant. Enter PPPs or public-private partnerships.
Experts believe that PPPs could be a win-win solution for both private and public players. Private players could get easy access to milk farmers and cooperatives could get technical know-how and improve their supply chain management.
But PPPs may hit a roadblock because of political affiliations. For now, it seems like an idea ahead of its time. Well, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of ED Inside. We'll be back next week, but until then, don't forget to write in with your feedback and suggestions. Thanks so much for watching.